Korea.
Nationalism, freedom, democracy, ultra nationalism. Us, us, us. Baby, baby. By the way, my baby comes from Biggie, the best rapper dead or alive, the best hip hop artist dead or alive, the everything and all things. That is Biggie.
I choose Rakim over Biggie.
Oh my God! Why did you start, ladies and gentlemen? This is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
Today we're gonna start off our podcast with our spoilers review of Squid Game Season 3. 6 episodes. I hope you all watched it. It dropped yesterday. And then we're going to do a Let's Talk possibly about the best rapper alive. We haven't decided yet. But mostly, I think we're going to take a long time talking about Squid Game Season 3 because we have Season 2 and 1 to talk about also.
And spoilers alert to Season 3 and all the previous seasons.
Yeah. But big shout out to our 61 subscribers, ZZ, Scott Walker, Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Music, Russian ID, Lee Chan Hong, I Cook for My Wife,
Soulless Trenchcoat,
Void a Parrot, one of our Triple Trouble who always joins our chat. And all y'all, I hope you are healthy and well. Oh, what's up, Walker?
Oh, Scott Walker, what's up? New Jurassic Park movie, Scream 7. McDonald's new killer whale behavior was seen over the weekend. Let's talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about that in about 40 minutes, Walker. But we'll definitely. Oh, by the way, Jurassic World is dropping soon, and me and Won-Jin, we're gonna watch it. 100%.
We're definitely gonna watch it. We're gonna compare it with previous Jurassic Park movies and Jurassic World movies.
So you can join us right away next week. But anyway, this is our Squid Game Season 3 review. Here we go. So I gotta say, did I have fun watching this season? Yes. Did it have touch of brilliant moments or smart moments? Yes. I especially loved the games. That being said, was it a masterpiece? No.
I gotta agree. And with that question, is this a masterpiece? I wouldn't consider any season of Squid Game a masterpiece.
Even season 1?
Yeah, even season 1. Because I never truly understood what the hype was about.
Okay.
It's kind of like the song Gangnam Style.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah.
Coming from a Korean.
Because when Gangnam Style first dropped, I was like, okay, it's another song from Psy. It's pretty funny. But then it went viral all over the world. I never understood what it was about. It's kind of same with Squid Game for me. So I was thinking, is this Emmy worthy? Over like shows like Better Call Saul? No. But it won an Emmy.
You know what's funny? I agree with you on Gangnam Style, but I kind of disagree with you on Squid Game.
Really?
Because I think Squid Game is super postmodern. And it just, you know, because Squid Game Season 1, I'm talking about, just brought a different world. Like, you could argue it's the same Battle Royale stuff of Japan, but the design and what you like about hip-hop music, the simplicity. I thought is Season 1 a masterpiece? Maybe not, but I thought it was close to getting there by just the entertainment value and the interpretation room that it had. That was Season 1 for me. So Season 1 is like Kingdom Season 1 to me. The Korean zombie one.
I don't know. For me, Kingdom Season 1 was almost flawless. But with Squid Game, even with Season 1, I can still think of many flaws. Like, for example, the acting. I mean, for foreigners, non-Korean speakers, they might not be able to distinguish it. But some actors, the way they deliver their dialogues, it is not very natural. It's sometimes very stiff. And also, remember those VIPs? Yeah. That lame-ass dialogue? Why are they always so gleeful?
No, but...
And it also happens in this season as well. I'm like, oh my God, come on.
Hey, now that you mentioned the VIP, you know what was so funny about the VIP this time? They added the Chinese. And I was like, damn. Like, so if I'm Chinese, I don't know if that's a praise or not, because that's kind of like we're rich and powerful enough to join one of the VIPs, but at the same time we're doing like human battle royale.
Yeah.
But I don't know though. But before we go there, Won-Jin, about the totality of Squid Game.
Yeah.
Because I think David Fincher is preparing Squid Game in America, according to rumors. Because I think
maybe that's why Kate Blanchett made an appearance.
Oh, here we go. I was going to talk about that last, but if you want to talk about that, I thought that was welcome. Because first of all, me and Won-Jin, we're big fans of Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
We love her. She's a great actor. And this kind of equalizes the Leonardo DiCaprio rumors, right?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that he'd make an appearance. And Skywalker Jin, what did you think about the Titan Submersible documentary and Once Upon a Time? I still haven't seen the Titan Submersible documentary. I saw the first episode of Once Upon a Time. I kind of like it, but I don't know if it's a good thing. It has that old TV charm.
I actually watched,
and it has some good ideas. And I can tell, I thought each episode was going to be like something that is like independent from one another. But like an anthology. But it turns out, I think it has like a consistent overall plot.
I actually watched the Titan Submersible documentary. It was good. But we'll talk about that in Let's Talk.
In Let's Talk. But anyways, so I still believe that this shouldn't have been season 3.
That's
it
true.
should still be season 2 part 2.
I agree.
Yeah, because again, from start to finish, there is no complete arc here. Maybe except for the baby.
Yeah.
But if you add season 2, then it makes sense. So these two should never have been split in the first place.
I completely agree.
So
that's the one problem
2.
I had, because with this, let's call it season 3, because they're calling it season 3,
Yeah.
right? The first the first 3 episode was better than the other, like the latter half. So episode 1, 2, 3 was really great for me, but 4, 5, 6 was like make me cry, tearjerker stuff. I thought season 2 and 3 should have been one season with maybe 11 episodes. But one thing, Won-Jin, I have problem with, like the writing on the side quests is so bad. Like I hated the side quests. Like, why does it take so long? Idiot that makes ship posts. What's up?
Oh, what's up?
What does WSG mean?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? We're reviewing Squid Game season 3, and then we're gonna review best rapper of all time after this. I hope you watch Squid Game season 3. Because this is a spoilers review. If you have not watched it, please come back later. No, but like the side quest was so garbage to me. Especially like I hated the young brother story arc.
That really sucked, especially the way they ended it.
No, you know what the problem is?
It never led to anything.
I thought it was a missed opportunity, but I was hoping, because since they made a season 3, right? I was hoping like the island people had a kill squad where they wear purple and they have a triangle and a square and a circle at the same time, and these are like Mossad, like Delta 6, like literally like 8 guys in purple suits that are steroid the fuck up going against the mercenaries.
Yeah.
Like that side plot was so garbage. It should have been cut in half, because I did like how the brother meets the front man. I did like the ending of it, but the build-up was so horrible. Like there should have been at least either one action scene where like the Squid Game embraces the weirdness and we have this purple killer squad. To be honest, what's up, idiot? To be honest, this season was kind of rushed. Like, how did an old guy that in his 60s won some deaths were so... Yeah, I mean, idiot. So idiot comes up with a better solution, Won-Jin. So maybe they should have made this complete 2 seasons, like proper seasons, not season 2 part 1 and 2, season 2 and 3, both of them 10 episodes. I think they could have done that.
Yeah,
because the cop and the gangster plot was so underwritten. Like, I hated that stuff. Anytime they saw on a ship, I'm like, that guy's the bad guy, like, kill him.
And we have to remember that every surprising element that we had in season 1 they're just repeating in season 3. So they don't have the same magic anymore. And we already know what's going to happen. We can pretty much predict what's going to happen, and it happens.
Hey, you know what another problem is? I feel like the characters' interaction was not as intricate as season 1. What I mean by that is, in season 1, overall the games is, who do I trust, who do I betray? But I feel like the games in season 2 and 3 were more all-out battle royale.
Yeah.
And that causes a problem because I think as an audience, we just expect nobody to trust anybody. But in season 1, remember one of the best scenes in season 1 is when Sang-hoon betrays the immigrant worker.
Yeah.
That was really powerful moment because it's more of a Agatha Christie, like the Last Indian shit. So like each character's like personality mattered more. Their relationship with others mattered more. Here, when season 3 did the hide and seek, I was like, fuck it. It was just, so it's just zero-sum game. It was more of a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
Like so that made me hard to invest in characters more.
And also their death were also predictable in my opinion. Because I knew like who was going to die, they die.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't go that way. For example, I was hoping, like the old grandma and the son, they would last a little longer, and eventually that would build up to something even more tragic. Or maybe the shaman lady, maybe through sheer luck, she will basically like build this entire following behind her because they now like after like few rounds.
You're talking about that movie. What's that movie with the fog and the alien?
Oh, The Mist.
Yeah, you're Mist. Talking about The Mist.
They're like, oh my god, she really is like chosen by the divine.
Yeah. Oh, idiot that makes shit post. And also the finalists were just Yeah, that's what we're talking about, idiot. Yeah, I had a problem with that too.
So we weren't really as emotionally invested in these characters towards the end of the game.
Yeah, because one of the big problems with the finalists is that druggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, listen, my second least favorite arc, besides the stupid young brother cop searching for an island, was the drug addict. Like Thanos and Namgyu and the last guy. Like, listen, you know what I have a problem with? They barely interacted with the main cast.
Yeah.
In season 1, remember, like the main characters all had a relationship with each other.
What's up, Zezzy?
Oh, Zezzy in the building. But this one, like when he had the fantasy about Semi and dropped down, I didn't drop no tear at all.
And it didn't really give us enough time that he was feeling guilty over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry to sound this way, but I didn't give a fuck about Semi or him or Namgyu too. And listen, I hate to do this, but Namgyu actor obviously never did drugs and never actually interacted with a junkie before. Like, that's not how druggies act. I'm so sorry to say this. But it was just like, I didn't care about you at all. I mean, Hyun-ju I cared about, the transgender.
The transgender one.
Oh, but Won-Jin, I disagree with you on this one. The grandma killing herself did move me, though. That one was a good one, I felt. Because I felt like... I gotta give credit not to the writing but the actor, because when she started telling Gi-hun about
what she did,
but she said it in a way that I was kind of worried about, like what she might do, and the suicide was done well because it woke Gi-hun up. I thought that was powerful, but the rest not so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was this ending? It was so weak.
The last final game was so confusing, to be honest. It's just a push and pass game. I thought it was a capture the flag.
Like, in comparison with all the episodes and season, the final end was super weak. Minsu's death was so out of place, to be honest. I wish they pushed the old man. Yeah. Who's Minsu again?
The druggie. The last druggie. The guy who...
I didn't give a fuck about Minsu.
Who was tripping.
Yeah. No, but one character I do want to praise is the father of the daughter.
The player number 246.
No, I think he's 333. The kid is 222.
Oh, you mean the piece of shit guy?
No, but like,
the
honestly,
opportunistic, cowardly.
The MZ coin guy.
I was so glad that he did not have a moment of redemption.
No, but like
I was hoping, like he would never have that redemption.
But I want to praise the actor.
I couldn't wait for him to die.
No, but I want to praise the actor because
his name is Im Shi-wan, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's also like a singer.
Oh, okay. Because his scenes with Lee Jung-jae, who plays Gi-hun, was the best. Because I couldn't tell if he genuinely cared about the daughter or not, and there were moments where I was confused, and those moments were great. And you know why that works? Because this guy is who we spent from episode 1 to and one of the side quests. I also don't like the father with the leukemia daughter.
Oh, that guy. So you don't like that guy?
No, I don't like him personally or something. I'm just saying.
But you didn't like the character.
Underwritten because like.
Oh, Void, what's up?
Void in the building. Also, the rope game was pretty bad. Yeah. Idiot! I'm glad you mentioned that. The CGI was horrible. Like the baby. I'm like, you're not there. I know you're not there. And you know what the fuck is? Hey, Won-Jin. Ever since I hurt my back, I have a fear of heights. But I was not afraid when the camera rolled down and showed me. I was like, what?
I was hoping they would have some Mortal Kombat Spike shit. More like Prince of Persia shit.
No, and not just that, but don't you think they did a poor job of showing the dimension?
Yeah.
Like it felt like a painting. It didn't feel like I'm dropping 30 feet down. Like 30
and again,
down.
Come on, we've seen this in season 1. We've seen it. So for me, it was in my opinion, it was not as well done as the first one, because remember in the tug of war in the first season, we could really feel that height, and the way it was shot and the way the guillotine fell and cut the rope, that was terrifying. Here it's like, okay, he got swept away.
So I have a question there. So you're saying, do you think season 2 games were better than season 3? Because season 2 had 3 games too, right?
Yeah, I liked all the games because they were new compared to season 1, and again, they're all children's games that we grew up playing.
Right.
So in that sense, I like them.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, the random Kate Blanchett cameo was funny. Oh, but Void, that got us hyped for David Fincher's Squid Game America. I'm watching that shit if David Fincher's handling it. ZZ, he didn't care all about the baby. He knew that the baby valued just as much as another player, and there were only 2 ways to go. I'm thinking of buying a Minsu blanket. And the baby, take the money. Save the baby, take the money. Yeah. It was Gi-hun. I would push the baby out and call it a day on a normal Monday. Now that idiot mentioned Gi-hun, what did you think about Gi-hun's like characterization? Like, because
I thought it was inconsistent.
Here we
because
go.
There's, I think, there's this gap between his character transformation from season 2. Because remember, we kind of forgot that there was a coup. Remember, there was this attempt at like storming the control center, being all armed and shit. That element is completely gone here, and that mind game he was playing with the Frontman. That was also very weak here because they don't really show like any interaction between the two. And only in the end do we see that interaction between them. It kind of felt like Gi-hun was telling the front man that I'm not going to turn the monster the way you turned into.
Oh, Won-Jin, I'm glad you mentioned that because guys, I think you'll agree. Season 3's problem is it is much more reductive than season 1. Season 1 had more nuance about who's bad, who's good. When Gi-hun turns into that boss mode trying to kill Sang-hun, there were more intricate back and forth between him thinking about his greed and then him turning to good. But here the problem is, from the very first episode of season 2, they decided Gi-hun was a good guy. And Byung-hun, the front man, was a bad guy. And it's reductive because they were trying to kind of force us to that conclusion about what humans are. And I felt like they decided on the ending before writing it. I don't know if that's how they did it, but season 1 felt more organic because everybody didn't know about the game. And another problem that you mentioned is Gi-hun is such a worthless guy, unless he's a nice guy, he's a fucking worthless piece of shit. Because you played this game and you suck at it, and then suddenly we're supposed to like cheer for you, and I don't know, like And another problem I had with season 3 is he just choked the guy to death.
So he did murder,
and then now you're like, that was cold blood.
And remember, that guy was, I mean, I didn't hate that guy as much as I hated the MG coin guy, because I understand that he was scared.
He had a panic attack.
Yeah, and who wouldn't be, unless you're like I don't know, a fucking Navy SEAL. You guys are all just ordinary guys.
No, but you know what's funny? After Gi-hun choked him, it's your fault, and then he says it's my fault. When the episode ended, I was like, so am I supposed to feel bad for him now? Now that he admitted it's his fault, you just choked the guy to death, who was basically in the same position as you.
So I was kind of hoping that he would express that self-hate towards him, and he would continue trying to justify himself.
You wanted it to be darker.
Yeah, I think if he went darker, it would have been better. And then maybe in the last moment, because of the baby, he has this redeeming moment or something. Maybe that would have played better.
Good idea, man.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that, but so like Gi-hun ends up a piece of shit, but redeems himself. That actually makes more sense, because I felt like the show was trying to. When I say reductive, it's black and white thinking. Gi-hun is everything Gi-hun does. Every time he farts, he's a good guy. And if you're in the front man, it's like, you were just as low as me. I'm like, what? No, like.
And all the other guys are piece of trash.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Zezzy. Please like and subscribe. Idiot that makes shit posts. I might be buying a Mewtwo blanket for his justice. Oh, Won-Jin, another piece of shit like that, like storyline I didn't like was the organ harvesters. When the Budejang, the second in command, said, "Oh, look at here, the livers and lungs and kidneys are so available. I couldn't save my people." Like, I was like, man, isn't that the Frontman story? Because the Frontman had that story where he was looking for a liver for his wife. So you're a carbon copy of him, except you came from North Korea. And listen, what the fuck is up with this North Korean shit? Like, we see this in season 1. Like,
with what's her name? Sebyok.
Yeah, Sebyok. Hey, Sebyok was a better character than Noor. I felt like, because you know why? Simplicity. Like here, they tried to make Noor very complex. But I was moved by that moment where she decided not to kill herself. Though that was, I mean,
after hearing the baby.
Yeah. So this is what I mean by this season. There are brilliant moments like that, but did it deserve it?
And were they consistent?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, but the actor was good. I'm not blaming the actors because it spoke to me emotionally, but oh yeah, it's monochrome. It lacks depth and it lacks imagination, but they should have ended it with season 2. No, but I think Zedzi, Won-Jin and I, we agree that this should have been just one season.
Yeah.
11 episodes. Mewtwo was actually an underrated character, to be honest.
I think there was so many like different paths he could go, because towards the end, I don't understand what all that like guilt and struggle was for.
Hey, Won-Jin, I had an idea while watching this. They should have put a real serial killer in there. Like a serial killer. Like, because I think Thanos was kind of trying to be like that. But instead of making him a junkie, they should have added someone like Ted Bundy in there. Like, or Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, who
have like
zero
guilty conscience about what they're doing.
And I was imagining a scene where he finds the organ harvesting place, and he's like, fuck yeah. And then he starts killing all of them and eating the organ. Like, because the organ disgusting part was kind of, I don't know, I like, it was kind of a half measure for me.
In the first season, it was like a plot device to basically remind us how,
like, dark people.
Yeah, how dark and also how unethical they are, and what a pieces of shit they really are. But why are they here again? Because there really is no point of having them on screen. They should actually save that time and use it on more character building.
I agree.
Because I thought it was completely unnecessary.
So I would say the grandma and Hyun-ju were the best like written characters, and I would also praise 333, the piece of shit at the end, because he's intentionally ambiguous, like talented Mr. Ripley.
Really? I didn't think he was ambiguous.
Oh really?
From the beginning, I thought he was a straight piece of shit.
Really, but once
he would do anything for money.
Okay.
Okay. That's the impression I got.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. Void. During the hide and seek game, the random, comically hysterical screams sort of dilute the seriousness of the situation. It was jarring to see traumatic events only to hear "ah" in the background. Yeah, idiot. I wish some of the side characters had made it to the finals. Yeah, me, idiot. Yeah, I agree. Cause remember in season 2, you and I, we had a problem with the mortality rate is so low. Well, they need to die, and then the first 2 episodes of season 3 just kills them all. I see. If it was a complete season, I thought the death could have been managed better. Just like, remember in season 1, there are consequential deaths like every episode that draw us in.
Yeah.
Okay, Zenzi, I feel like the Minzu guy with the drugs, third druggie, he was there just to look that they also have like
autistic contestants.
So what the fuck? He was literally the most classic woman role in the male character ever. Female roles in classic stories. Hey, Zenzi, let me say that in 2 words. Useless.
You know, that Minsu character was wasted in my opinion because he survived to the very last round and he was having these side effects of drugs. So maybe instead of just wasting him like they did in the show, he should have been this variable to like a certain situation when we believe that things were all set out to happen. He would be the variable who basically disrupts everything. But instead, he just fell and died.
Maybe
he could have complicated a lot of things, and it would have worked because he was unstable.
No, but here I agree in spirit, but see, this is why they should have removed the druggies and put a real serial killer in there, like kind of like the Predators guy, like someone hidden, or like Jeffrey Dahmer, literally, like someone who doesn't care about life and death. To make it interesting. Like, you wouldn't expect him to betray you, but he suddenly just stabs you in the ear and then just smiles. And then he's figured out at the last. And then, like, Gi-hun has to stomp him in the head. Like that kind of angle. Void. Kind of like the Wilhelm scream being inappropriate use. Like in Infinity War, where the teleportation guy gets pulled up. The games was kind of boring, though. Some games were nice, though, idiot, don't you think? What was your favorite game, guys? Zezzy, my favorite was the transgender lady. Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah. All right, Zezzy, I agree. She was one of the best written characters with the grandma.
Yeah. And she also had a lot of surprises. Turns out she was a Marine.
Like 90% of the side characters died. Yeah, exactly, idiot. That's what me and Won-Jin are saying.
See, that's why this was not as brilliant as the first season. When the transgender lady, Hyun-ju, when she was being all heroic, I knew she was gonna die while she was being a hero.
No, but like,
so she should have maybe survived till the end, and maybe she had a fight with Gi-hun or something.
No, but you know what was but I did like that hide and seek episode. Was it episode 2 or 3? That episode is one of my favorites though, because I thought it gave a chance for a lot of characters, like personality to show. Because remember, Hyun-ju had a chance to escape.
She didn't.
And but remember, she hesitated. But she decided to go for the kid.
And then she died. The moment she turned back, I knew she was going to die.
But no. But Won-Jin, here's the thing. I don't care if it's predictable, but it has to make sense. And it has, like, because when Hyun-ju died, I still teared up. Because, But when Minsu died, it was predictable, but I don't give a shit about you.
And I'm saying that because it was predictable, you're saying that it can be predictable, it doesn't really matter, as long as well written.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But in my case, the what made the first season so brilliant was also its unpredictability. Because we didn't expect that smart-ass guy to betray the immigrant. And that was like heartbreaking to see.
That was the best written episode.
Yeah, because he has so much faith in him. He even called him Hyung.
No, and that worked because we had a lot of time with their, Like, I mean, they just met, of course, but they shared a lot of dialogue where we felt like they were in the same team. Yeah, I that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they didn't rush their deaths like you blink and they're gone. Yeah, idiot. I agree. Someone that was taken out of a life sentence in prison instead of money, they promised him freedom and immunity.
I kind of wish the last game was monkey bars. You know, I was actually expecting monkey bars because you know how in the first season, you know those drawings on the wall of where they're sleeping, they were like a foreshadow of each game to come. And in this one, there was this drawing of people like doing monkey bars. So I was hoping maybe they would have one.
No, but hey, but in the show's defense though, the last game, you know, here's the thing. This is still better than the Japanese Battle Royale movie I'm talking about. Is because I think the show did try to become more philosophical though. Because remember the guys at the end on the skyscraper Squid Game, let's call it, because that is remember that's season 1, the same Squid Game, except it's on the
now
air
it's elevated.
Yeah. The fact that they had to do this dialogue was interesting though. Instead of like, because you could have given them knives, axes, and battle maces, but they decided to do the dialogue thing, and I did find that smart in some instances, where they start beating up the guy and calling him a lunchbox. By the way, that's not what Koreans do. I like that. I never heard someone who gets stomped on be called lunchbox. So that's like, hey guys, I'm gonna defend Korean culture. We don't do that, guys. Okay, we don't stomp on people and call them lunchboxes. Oh, I thought she was just a guy. No, boy, she's someone trying to become a woman. She was ex special forces. Monkey Bars is better than Push Game because it was familiar to adults who played, but the Push Game was so confusing. Push Game, you mean the
last final round?
Oh, okay.
It would have been interesting with Monkey Bars.
So, guys, let's go back to that. What was your favorite game out of the 3?
I think my favorite game was, I think it was the hide and seek. Yeah, because it's a very classic element, except that, I mean, it's a classic game that we all grew up playing.
It's global.
Yeah, but this time, the other person has a knife.
Yeah,
and they're coming to stab you. So that kind of hikes what's at stake.
Yeah.
And another element I liked was that they can open a door with the key that's provided to them.
Yeah.
But they cannot lock it again.
Yeah.
And the fact that there were 3 different keys. Yeah. But they didn't tell them in the beginning.
I completely agree because out of the 3 games, jumping ropes, air Squid Game, and hide and seek, because the moment, because that episode was my favorite because once they gave them knives, that's when I was totally concentrated on the screen. Like, it just changes everything.
Yeah, because just because you have a knife, it doesn't guarantee you a kill. Because just like the character said, they're gonna fight back, and you yourself can be killed as well. So that's when I was kind of hoping we would see more action from Hyun-ju because she was in the Marines, and whoever was secretly trained in hand-to-hand combat would basically like dominate this game.
Hey, and you know what? I have a confession to make, Won-Jin. I was hoping it was more violent. Like, not necessarily like lingering violent, where the scene is like 15 seconds long and we had to look at a dead body. But I was hoping there were like 1 second like flashes of like, you know, eyeballs getting poked out, or ears getting ripped off, or arms getting ripped off like that. Because I think Void mentioned it about the Scream. I was hoping it would just go like full Japanese manga.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that I was thinking of like a different violence. You know, like the violence we see in A History of Violence.
Oh yeah.
Cronenberg was it?
Yeah.
The movie. That kind of violence where there's like no music and it's like sheer brutality between 2 people who's like struggling to survive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of hoping for.
With dramatic stakes.
Yeah.
Where it's 2 characters we know. That would have been good because I agree with. I think Void. What you're trying to say is on the side was kind of whack. I was hoping for that too.
Jin, what the fuck? More violence.
Zenzi, stop throwing. Hey, don't throw the stone until you look in the sideways and see what's going on.
I kind of hated the jump rope because the CGI is so bad that even Indians can do better.
I want to say this, idiot, though. But the actors did a great job of selling me that. So when they did first like the zoom in of the bottom fall, I was like, that's not a height. But when the actors started acting, like that was when I was like, oh shit, this is scary. And one problem I had was when everybody passed except Chuni, I was hoping the clock said 2 minutes instead of 1 minute. Yeah. So they made me more believe that Gi-hun could go back and forth.
I was kind of hoping Gi-hun would make his way back and then like carry her, and then they would like have some trouble jumping over the gap or something, and Junhee will throw herself over his shoulder in a more dramatic way. But yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. The only satisfying violence when Nohul lighted up that Budejang.
When he was jumping towards her, she just basically I was
tore
him a new one.
And you know, I gotta be honest. When Nohul came back, we're talking about the North Korean soldier guys. I was hoping she Rambo that shit, like grenade shit, and then like put front. Because one of the problem I had was I wanted to see Frontman scared. And that didn't happen. I was hoping Noah would do that. Like fuck up the ship they were escaping from and then jump on the ocean, and we later see her alive.
Reacher!
North Korean Reacher! Yeah, and the baby was even CGI made it kind of worse. It did. Like, listen, Won-Jin, as soon as every time the baby did this, I was like, you're not there.
Yeah, that's not real.
That's a doll.
The violence was enough as it was, but it wasn't well put on the screen. Okay. Player 222 had a stupid death. She literally jumped off without even trying to cross the bridge.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
That was plain stupid. It's also extremely unrealistic for the contestants to survive on potatoes alone. Potatoes are just a poor source of calories. You know, that's a really good point, Void. Another thing I was bothered by is, like, when did it go to the bathroom? You know, those, like vital activities that you must do to keep yourself running. They at least showed people using the bathroom in the second and the first season. We don't have any of that here. Gi-hun is basically handcuffed to one of the bedposts, so he can't go anywhere. How does he pee? How does he poo? He's not eating anything. So any explanations on this? So that's something that bothered me. They're not showing us enough details on what's going on. Hold on. Void, they had different types of potatoes. Yeah, they also had regular potatoes and sweet potatoes. They went to the bathroom at the end of the second season. Okay. So yeah, Gi-hun was handcuffed, so he had to pee and poo his pants. But yeah, did that ever bother you?
Hey, can I be honest? It did occur to me, but it didn't bother me, okay? I was just like, yeah, this is drama.
Guys, come on, think about it. They put in the effort of serving the baby with baby formula in their what's that called? The Last Supper thing.
No, but Won-Jin, do you know what I was really hoping for? For the psychopath to escape from his dormitory and visit the VIP room. Like, if there was a psychopath character.
Among the players?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a serial killer has a number 666 on him or something. Or 066. And he escapes and do the Anthony Hopkins Silence of the Lamb thing. And starts killing half of the VIP.
And eat them.
Yeah, not just eat them, but hang them with like the bird eagle with the lungs out. And then just start hanging them. Like, maybe they could do that in like season 3. Because,
this was season 3.
No, because... oh, right. Season 4. Because, one of the things I hated was when the English title is Humans Are, and in Korean that's 사람은, and they did that to say 사람 can be this dark or light. But I was hoping like they show us that the VIP are just same people as us, and they can be killed.
But they're all just cardboard characters who are super gleeful. It's like no wonder. Their whole like intonation, like every time they say something, it's as if all of them have like pre-coordinated order of speech, and they're just waiting for the other person to finish their speech, and then they immediately say something. I'm like, who does that in real life? Nobody talks over anybody. They all just always gleefully and cheerfully talk about the situation that everybody knows about. After 20 minutes that it happened.
Hey, guys.
Like, oh, that baby makes it really interesting.
Oh, guys, I think it's time to praise the show somewhat, too, because we've been shitting on it a long time. Because, hey, Won-Jin, you know what I'm happy about? I think our subscribers are very above average intelligence.
Like, why do you say that?
Because we can be very critical about a popular show.
Okay.
So that's good.
I would have preferred if the games were more sadistic and unpredictable, like a toned-down version of Saw's games. That could work too, because I remember the first season, like the deaths, they felt more brutal to me.
Hey, no, Void and Won-Jin, listen, hear me out. You know what the problem here is? Won-Jin mentioned it 20 minutes ago. The problem is this is a retread of the same themes in season one. You know what? One of the
season 2 tried to be different. But we eventually came to season 3.
And Won-Jin, you know what the problem is? What you guys are trying to say, this is my opinion, is season 1 did such a good job of being individualistic or teamwork. And then sometimes you have to be individualistic again and teamwork. Here, they did it again. Except it's more garbage. Like less well written. Because suddenly you're hide and seek and you decide if you want to be a team or not. Like, but in season 1, I felt the games were more intricate, designed that way, where they breed distrust among each other. And trust.
And also, they team up without knowing what the game's gonna be.
No, but like here's the thing: like the show is asking you, Won-Jin, it's better to work together, or is it better to just be selfish? And it played with our expectation better in season 1. But here it's just like, fuck it. Working together is way better all the time. Work better. Oh, except when it's these piece of shits. Like what? That's what I mean by reductive. The nuances are gone. It's just basically saying, if you're a Gi-hun, play team. Because you're all good, nice Gi-hun guys. And the grandma, when grandma killed herself, it's just like, yeah, we're supposed to cry. Because she was a good person. But when the piece of shit number 100, like that Ajashi, like, fuck you. Like,
the old man.
Yeah, what you say? Cardboard. Like, you have no depth whatsoever. You're like the 20th century. You remember the 20th century novels where capitalists are all described as evil fucks? That's what you are. Like, exactly. the nuances are completely gone.
Man.
Oh, another problem. Frontman should have stayed a mystery. Like, sometimes explaining shit doesn't help. Because if you're gonna tease it, like, hey, we have to talk about this. Do you think Frontman saw Gi-hun's suicide and he kind of felt bad about him?
It's hinted that he's feeling bad about himself. Because they also showed us like a foreshadow where he just slit, the other player's throat while they were sleeping.
Not foreshadow, but before.
Oh, I mean, not foreshadow, but flashback.
Yeah,
flashback. Because
so he was trying to prove to Gi-hun that you're just like
he's basically in season 2 he's trying to convince Gi-hun that it's human nature to do whatever they need to survive. But Gi-hun is is like
noble
holier than thou.
Yeah, except
than you.
Except when I choke a guy who doesn't have ammo.
And was he really a piece of shit? No, but you still choked him to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to other piece of garbage like the human trash, that guy was actually pretty innocent in my opinion. He was just scared. That was it. Is being scared a sin now? Is it? Yeah. Did he feed somebody to someone else for him to survive?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But Gi-hun choked him.
Yeah. Just to
be free of his own guilt. So yeah, this is what I mean by inconsistent. But
back to Frontman.
Yeah, so Frontman, I was thinking that he was feeling bad about himself in the end.
That's why. Hey, so do you think that's why he gave Gi-hun's daughter the money?
Probably.
Because I thought it was kind of open to interpretation. Though.
Yeah, maybe he was honoring it.
But he is going to continue the game, I think, because when he locked eyes with Kate Blanchett, I felt like because
that was like the game recognized game moment.
Yeah. Because Frontman was in a vehicle driven by somebody, he's still part of the company. Yeah. So I thought the implication was he did feel bad about Gi-hun, but he's not going to change. That's I think it's kind of I think here's the problem with season 3. They try to pack in so many things like that. The question, because Won-Jin, I'm glad you mentioned season 1, because don't you think in season 1 when Oil-nam, the chairman, made a bet with Gi-hun about saving the beggar, they already dealt with this, and now they're retreating, and we're supposed to like look at Frontman and say he might change. I thought it was very, season 2 and 3 is weird. It almost feels different from season 1 in the fact that it was more American. It was more Hollywood. Like, because Hollywood is reductive. When Transformers kill a Decepticon, we're supposed to cheer.
But we're like the bad guys.
Yeah, because we're like, but didn't
we forget that they have families too?
Yeah, but didn't Optimus said, death comes to you and rip his face off? Like, I rise, you fall. Give me your face. That's what he said to Fallen. When I heard that, I was like, what? So I did feel like this was... So season 2 and 3 was more reductive and just more black and white. I was not convinced by Gi-hun turning, like, being a symbol of good or whatever. But his suicide scene was great, though. Yeah, the white guys did not have good performances. Yeah, boy. So I think it's time to... Zizzy, do you want to talk about favorite actor, favorite scene? That might be a good thing. What's your favorite scene, one?
I think my favorite scene is... Let me see. My favorite scene? I don't know. It's kind of hard to find a favorite scene. I like the part where the shaman was finding the escape in the hide and seek game. Yeah,
she was using blood too.
Yeah, and she was like pretending that she knew the way, but she didn't, and she just kind of like open her eyes slightly to check if she like drew that arrow. So that was a bit of a comic relief for me. My worst favorites are every single scene with those VIPs. It just got me on my nerves every time they spoke.
They were too long, right?
Yeah, not just too long, but who fucking talks like that? It's like boo, 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 boo. It almost sounds like a play. It's like I'm in a theater watching a play. And my favorite character would be Hyun-ju, the transgender lady.
Definitely.
And I also really like the shaman. I kind of grew attached to her because she was kind of funny.
As an interesting character.
Yeah, as an interesting character. And I was kind of hoping, like I mentioned earlier, that she would, through sheer luck, build an even bigger following.
You gave the Korean writers too many credit. Because you were thinking of myth and that theme of religion.
Yeah.
But this one barely touched on it. It was a con from the start.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's so funny. That's such a Korean attitude. Like, fuck religion. That's a Buddhist temple.
It would have been even more interesting if they left it ambiguous whether she really did have supernatural abilities or
not. You know what's so funny? Koreans like give zero fuck about the immaterial. We're so materialistic that this show is like that. Does I prefer it to be a bit sadistic. Imagine if some of the doors were traps in the hide and seek game. Oh yeah. Oh, that's actually an interesting idea, boy. My favorite character was actually Chun-hee.
Oh, okay.
The mom.
The mom.
I thought her acting shined in season 3 because her suicide was very powerful for me. Like, I didn't like the way like it was built up to that, but I did like the actor killing herself because Won-Jin, here's the thing. There's nothing more convincing to me than mother's love.
Yeah.
And
I think that's also like an overall theme in this season and the previous one, because we see a lot of this like mother-daughter, like the parent-child relationship thing. Yeah. We have that North Korean lady who lost her child, and she's doing this just to find her. Yeah. We have a mother who needs to kill herself. We have a father who's estranged with his daughter.
So that was actually my favorite scene because that was the only scene for me that I thought would happen, but I was not convinced until I saw it. You know what I mean? It was unpredictable. Because like Won-Jin, you mentioned so well, a lot of scenes were predictable, but that one was not predictable to me.
I agree, because I was thinking, if she kills herself, then who's gonna feed the baby? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I didn't see her killing herself, so that was a very powerful scene for me. I didn't see it coming.
I still prefer it to be a bit sadistic. Imagine if some of the doors were traps. Oh, okay, you've read it. Really, the series abandoned one of the core themes, gambling.
No, Void, you know what the problem is? Season 2 did a better job of putting the gambling theme in it. But season 3 abandoned it for reductive justice. That's why this should have been just one season. Like one season. This should have been called season 2 with 11 episodes. And there should have been a season 3. Like, that's how I feel. Like, because another problem with season 3 is the tonal difference with season 2. Season 2 played up the game element, and everybody was alive, and this was a game. Season 3, suddenly it's like, dark core, everybody prepare to die.
Yeah, and everybody just kind of forgot about what happened in season 2. It's as if it just reboot itself.
The tonal, tonal.
So what happened to the attempted coup and everything?
No, because remember, Void, one of the best scenes in season 2 is when there's a slow-mo and they cheer. They love the game. The 5 of them get together. And see, there's something like, dark time. Yeah, it's Crow.
My favorite scene was when North Korean lady saved the player. She could have done more, but it's still something rather than nothing.
No, but I have a problem. Why isn't 246, the guy who escaped with the leukemia daughter, assassinated? He knows about the game. Why isn't he going to the cops? Why is that not explained?
What do you mean?
No, remember the North Korean woman saves the guy from the...
And you're asking us why he's not assassinated?
Yeah.
Because she destroyed the files. They don't know who he is.
No, but come on. They have a mainframe. The hard copies are destroyed.
It doesn't say. Because they explained it in the show. They erased it from the computers. They erased the hard copy. I mean, she burned all the hard copies.
Then why isn't he going to the cops and snitching on all the games?
Isn't that hinted when the Coast Guard came? He probably did.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And it's kind of hinted that the games are shut down in Korea. And now it's moving to the U.S.
Okay.
So they need more explanations on things like this.
He could have gone to the place and get identified. Okay. So anyway, did I mention a favorite scene or did I mention the favorite character? Favorite scene was Trudy killing herself. My favorite character is the mother. I forgot about her too. Listen, she was basically the main character until she killed herself. Like, she was the most fascinating character. Because Lee Jung-jae is a great actor, but all he needed to do was depressed. I'm depressed. I'm angry. And Lee Byung-hun is like, you're supposed to interpret my face, but I'm making a serious face. Least favorite scene and character?
Least favorite, I mentioned every scene with those VIPs. Least favorite character, that 333 guy, that piece of shit.
Who's triple? Oh, okay.
The guy who goes to the final round.
No, but try to judge it by artistic merit, man. Stop.
And
fuck that shit.
Also the Mingyu.
Who the fuck is Mingyu?
The druggie.
Oh, thank you for mentioning that. My least favorite scenes are all the junkie scenes. Like, you are not druggies. Shut the fuck up. You had one hit and then you turn junkie. No, like, that's all my garbage scenes. Oh, trans lady, old lady, and North Korea soldier lady. All right, we agree. I would say the old mother is my favorite, because one of the things I like about her, just like in season 1, Oil-nam, remember, he's an old grandpa. So he's not physically strong. Like, he seems like the least character. But here, the grandmother kind of takes a similar role where she's not really necessarily threatening, but she's very competent. So I like that character. Like, I like that character kind of writing.
I was thinking after watching that episode that if her son hadn't switched teams with her, maybe she would have. Maybe both of them would have survived.
No, but Yang Dong-eun was completely fucking wasted.
He's a tremendous actor.
He was a trash character here. So let's give a number grade, man.
I would give this season. I would give it a 7, because no, maybe that's too harsh. I would give it a 7.5, because although we just spent how many minutes? We just spent 55 minutes bashing the show. Yet
I told you 20 minutes ago. Let's praise the show.
I still managed to binge watch this whole thing because I couldn't wait to see what happened next. So it was captivating. It was entertaining. But maybe the first season set such a high bar for everybody. It's not as satisfying for me. And like we said countless times in this episode, a lot of the things were redundant. They were repeated.
Let me ask you a different question. Was it good television though?
Yeah, it was good television. Okay. Yeah, it was good.
The old guys and those other ones, they were all disgusting and highlights in real life. In a bad situation, they would have controlled the stages. How did the old mother kill with a stab on the shoulder? You have character functioning with far worse words. No, but Void,
he was injured and then he was shot by the administrators.
Yeah, that plus, but she did stab him in the heart. I'll give it a 7.5 as well. It was good, but not as good as I expected. Okay, Zezzy. Oh, I forget the masked guy shot him. Yeah, the masked guys did shoot him down, and she screamed stop. So you give a 7.5? I'm going to give this a 7.
Okay. Balances it out.
You know why? Because the reason why I asked, is it good television, Won-Jin, is because for the 6 hours, 4.5, I was entertained. Maybe it's wrong for me to look for deeper meaning in this. Because remember, this is a television show. I'm supposed to... Their job is supposed to keep me interested. And it did that really well for most of it. Yeah, we have to... Okay, so JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives Season 3 a 7.25. But now let's... Oh, Void gives a 6.5. So let's give a grade for the entire series. Season 1, 2, 3.
For the entire series, I would still give it a 7.5.
7.5.
I would give it a 7.5. I mean, yes, it was interesting. But like we mentioned earlier, was it a masterpiece? In my opinion, no. Okay, season 1 was a 9 out of 10. The second season was an 8. This one was 7.5. So it's dropping.
No, but Zezzy, I disagree. I thought this season was kind of better than season 2 on the element of entertainment. But if you want to go in deeper, that's hard because this shouldn't have been a separate season to begin with.
I was kind of hoping that it would have a radically crazy ending. Because remember, the previous season ended with an attempted coup, right? So this should end with like a fucking fire.
Yeah, but
instead of self-destruction.
I give Korean Squid Game, because Squid Game America is supposed to come out. Squid Game 1, 2, 3, 7.5. Like, would I watch it again? I might watch season 1 again.
Yeah, maybe. In my case, maybe. Yeah. Because number one, I mean, yes, some actors were good, but in order for me to be able to watch a show multiple times, all the acting by all the actors need to be flawless.
Here, you didn't think that happened?
I don't think that happened. It was very inconsistent. Some actors, I was thinking to myself, I think I can act better than them. I think I can deliver the dialogue better than him. That's what I was thinking.
That's harsh, man.
Yeah, especially, you know, those like random guys.
You're telling them you don't deserve your job.
Bad. Isn't this your job?
Okay.
And I thought it was hyped because of the shock element. That's what I've always felt about Squid Games. So maybe, you know, a lot of Squid Game fans might disagree with me, but I just don't put this on a level that is like rewatchable multiple times.
No, but I did like the design and everything though, because remember, season 1 is the season that we met these ideas first. The season 2 and 3, I think any second follow up to original like that. One of the benefits of being the first episode of the series is you don't have to explain everything. If you're fascinated by the design and all, but here I felt like they did need to explain some of the lores behind the Squid Game. But I felt like the author decided to, the head writer decided to say, let's keep some mysteries. That's why they didn't explain the frontman and the brother relationship, whether the game is going to continue, we know it's happening in America, but the Korean thing, if they're that rich, they can make another island. So, I felt like a lot of things was too open-ended. Also, Void gives season 1 a 10 and season 2 an 8, and season 3 a 6.5.
So it's consistently all dropping by everybody.
So JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives season 3 a 7.25, but the entire series a 7.5.
Yeah.
Me and Won-Jin, I think we agree on this.
A lot of great ideas, but some opportunities were missed, in my opinion. Oh, the VIPs were using the mask costume.
Yeah.
Executing these
people,
the people
who
need to be terminated. I was hoping that should have gone out of control. You know how one of the guys almost got killed because the guy was refusing to be killed and he charged with a knife. One of the VIPs or many of them could have been killed, and then Frontman needs to deal with this shitstorm. So they tried to keep everything under control, but then they start losing control of the situation.
Well, I was hoping the North Korean soldier would cause that.
Yeah. So that would have been more interesting towards the ending.
Or a psychopath that jumps in the VIP room.
Because it's a path that the show has never taken. So it would be more interesting.
Do you think the show took it too safe, trying to make sure it's Squid Game? Because Squid Game America, if it connects to this, it continues because the game is sacred.
Yeah. And I think what they can make is they can make a spin-off about the frontman when he was participating in the game.
Hey, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm not watching that. The only prequel I enjoyed was Killers on Killers. Hey guys, watch Predator, Killer of Killers. That one was a good prequel. So JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives Squid Game season 3 a 7.25, and the entire Squid Game series a 7.5. Season 1 was the highlight, of course. Season 2 and 3 were entertaining, but not perfect.
Yep.
Very reductive, and I think that's a fair conclusion. So anyway, guys, I think it's time to take a short break. Thank you for joining us.
We'll come back with our Let's Talk session. ZZ and the VIPs, weren't there 2 girls at the beginning? No, it was that Chinese lady. She was the only person who was a woman there.
But the funny thing is they added a Chinese lady. Remember, every VIP is white people, so that was kind of unintentionally funny. And the fact that they added a Chinese person was kind of unintentionally funny to me. But anyway, we're going to take a short 2-minute break and come back to do Let's Talk with y'all. I hope Scott Walker can join us. Big shout out to Void, Idiot, and ZZ. This has been JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
We'll be right back.
Bye. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. KRS-One over Rakim, bitch.
Boop, boop. It's the sound of the
police. Boop, boop.
It's the sound of the beast.
Boop, boop. Queensbridge.
Rakim, God MC.